In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the VibeRide Explorer electric scooter, which is VibeRide's entry-level commuter scooter that has great features and range for the price. So the Explorer is a close cousin to VibeRide's Neo model, which has the same suspension, wheels, and looks, but the Explorer comes with a smaller motor and battery, and a slightly different paint job. I'm going to be going over the Explorer's assembly, specs, build, and testing the acceleration, braking, hill climbing ability, ride comfort, and range. So let's get to it. The VibeRide Explorer comes in a pretty standard scooter shipping box, and it isn't really that heavy, but just still be careful when moving, and if you're not comfortable with the weight, have someone help you move it. After opening, the scooter is basically fully assembled. All you have to do is remove all the packing foam, the plastic bag the scooter comes wrapped in, and attach the handlebars. To install the handlebars, all you need to do is insert the handlebars into the stem and attach the 4 supplied bolts. This is by far one of the easiest scooters I've ever put together, only taking me about 5 minutes. Anybody can put it together regardless of your mechanical skill level. And when I went through the scooter, all the bolts were tight, all the welds were nice, the brakes felt good, and it powered up no problem. The Explorer is powered by a 350 watt brushless front hub motor with a peak power of 750 watts that has a top speed of about 19 miles per hour. There's also 2 versions of the Explorer, the 15-mile range version, which is $399, and the 22-mile version, which retails for $449, and the one that I'm reviewing in this video. The 22-mile version comes with a 36-volt, 11-amp-hour lithium polymer battery that's stored inside the deck. And the Explorer comes with a pretty powerful braking system, with the brake lever activating both the rear disc brake and an EABS brake in the front. It also comes with 9-inch air-filled pneumatic tires, which have the added benefit of a gel lining that instantly repairs the tires if pierced, so you don't have to worry about flats. For added comfort, there's also a front suspension fork with 30 millimeters of travel, and dual rear coil shocks in the rear of the scooter under the deck. And for safety and increased visibility, there's a headlight, tail light, and a bell. The dashboard has a very simple and clean display design, with a single button that shows your speed, battery level, and if your headlight's activated. To turn on the scooter, you hold down that power button for 3 seconds. To turn on the lights, you click the button once. To click between the 3 speed levels, you double click the button. There's green, which has a top speed of 12 miles per hour, yellow, which has a top speed of 15 miles per hour, and red has a top speed of 18.6 miles per hour. The Explorer has overall length of 45 inches, a wheelbase of 34 inches, handlebar height from the ground of 46.5 inches, handlebar height from the deck of 39 inches, handlebar width of 17 inches, a deck length of 23 inches, a deck width of 5.75 inches, deck height from the ground 7.5 inches, a ground clearance of 5 inches, and it weighs in at 31 pounds. Folding the scooter is pretty easy. All you have to do is unhook the handlebar post, fold, and insert the hook into the rear fender. And when folded, the scooter measures 45 by 17 by 19. For a little bit of reassurance, there's a 1-year warranty for any manufacturing defects or faults. Also, VibeRide has something I've never seen from another electric scooter company. They also offer lifetime mechanic service, which means that if you need to service or repair your scooter, VibeRide can either send the parts directly to you, or you can send the scooter to them and they'll repair. You gotta keep in mind though, that you have to pay for the repair and the shipping, but this is a pretty cool service, and one that I think other companies should follow. There's also an app that does a really good job of giving you data and has a cool modern look. The main dashboard has a speedometer, battery level indicator, and gives you the ability to change the speed level, lock the scooter, turn on the lights, and turn on the cruise control. There's also a details information screen that displays some additional important information, like the estimated remaining range, the scooter's temperature, and a multitude of additional information. So for the acceleration test, I want to check the acceleration to the top speed of 18.6 miles per hour. Here's how it went. Okay, doing the acceleration test to the top speed of 18.6 miles per hour. I have the app open so I can actually see the speed going to 18.6 because obviously the dashboard doesn't have the 10th position. Ready? And go. 10. 15. Top speed. The results of the acceleration test is that the Explorer went 0 to 10 miles per hour in 3.8 seconds, 0 to 15 miles per hour in 6.8 seconds, and to the top speed of 18.6 miles per hour in 10.5 seconds. The Explorer has a very smooth and refined motor that is almost silent. And since it's only a 350 watt motor, it's not going to set your hair on fire, but it does a great job getting you up to top speed with smoothness and not too much drama. Next, I want to check the hill climbing ability for the Explorer, which VibeRide claims is a 15% incline, so I took it to a hill that's about a 14 to 15% to test it on. Here's how it went. Okay, Hillclimb Test. VibeRide claims that the Explorer can climb up to a 15% gradient. Luckily enough, this hill is about 14 to 15%. So we'll go down to 6 miles an hour. We're struggling. Might have to use the snaking technique to get up the hill. I mean, it's doing it. I'm 175 pounds. Ooh, it's getting close. So we're at 4 miles per hour. Like I said, I'm gonna snake up this hill. I think with my weight, I don't think it'll go up straight up the hill without using this technique, but it is going to make it. There you go. So as you can see, the Explorer is able to go up a 15% gradient hill, even if it's only between 3 and 5 miles per hour. I had to use the snaking technique to be able to climb the hill, but the scooter did technically do it. I'm 175 pounds, so if you're much lighter than me, you should be able to go up a 50% gradient without having to use the technique that I did. For the braking test, I want to see how far it would take the scooter to stop from each speed level's top speed. First was from the green level, which is 12 miles per hour, which the Explorer stopped an impressive 8.5 feet. Next was from the yellow speed level, which is 15 miles per hour, and the Explorer stopped in 14 feet. And last was from the red level, which is 18.6 miles per hour, which the scooter did in 21.5 feet. And I have to say that the braking performance of the scooter was extremely impressive. The braking felt strong, and even though there was some skidding, it stayed straight and didn't get too squirrely. So one question I tend to get a lot in my scooter tests is how reliable is the speedometer in the scooter? So I decided to test it out. Okay, we are testing the speedometer accuracy on the VibeRide Explorer. I'm using a GPS speedometer app on my phone. First is the green level, which says 12 miles per hour on the scooter and 12 miles per hour on the app. Next we're doing the yellow level. And the speedometer says 15, app says 15. Now we're testing the red level, which says 18 on the scooter and 18 on the app. So speedometer works perfect. And since the Explorer is labeled as a commuting scooter, the most important things to me are comfort and how reliable is the advertised range claim. So VibeRide claims that the Explorer has estimated range up to 22 miles in optimal conditions. And I've ridden a lot of scooters on this channel, and I've never had a scooter go the advertised range. With most scooters I've ridden, only getting between 60 and 70% of the advertised range. This is probably due more to my weight, not riding perfectly level surfaces, and I never ride around the slowest speed setting. So what I did is took the scooter all around San Diego to test in different types of environments with varying speeds and hills. While riding, my goal is not to hypermile the scooter. Most people don't cruise around perfect level roads in eco mode doing the slowest speed possible, and I certainly don't ride around the slowest speed setting either. I ride as fast and safely as the conditions provide. And something to keep in mind is that while testing the range, also included were my hill climb and acceleration testing as well, so I was beating the scooter up. So after doing countless rides and tallying all of them up, the Explorer went a total of 19.48 miles with 909 feet of elevation gain, which is crazy. Something I feel needs mentioning is I would use the green speed level for the speedometer accuracy test. For the remainder I rode using most of the yellow speed setting and a little bit of red, and even with all that, it still managed over 19 miles and 900 feet of climbing. And there's no doubt in my mind that if you were much smaller than me and lived in a flat area, you should be able to beat VibeRide's 22-mile estimate. So overall, the Explorer really impressed me. With its air-filled tires and front and rear suspension work in unison to provide a great ride that's both smooth and rides much better than other scooters at this price range. One thing I really didn't touch upon is the cruise control, which is activated by holding down the throttle for about 4 to 5 seconds, and you turn it off by hitting the throttle again or the brakes. It's a great feature that I use a lot during my testing. And a couple things that came as a real surprise, especially considering the price, is how well built the Explorer feels, the range it has, And most importantly, that VibeRide not only wants you to keep riding your scooter for a long time, but they actually offer their lifetime service to ensure you're never left with a scooter that can't be fixed. And at this price point, many other scooters come with a lot of shortcomings, whether it's bad range, a harsh ride, no suspension, zero power, or no after-sales support. But the Explorer doesn't have any of these. It gets phenomenal real-world range, is able to climb up pretty steep hills, has a really smooth ride, it's extremely light, and if something does happen to your scooter, you're able to get it serviced. And I can't think of many scooters that match the range, ride comfort, and build quality of the Explorer for this price. But if there is one thing I had to critique, is I wish the deck was a tad bit wider, but admittedly, I'm being a little nitpicky. But if you have any questions, or own an Explorer yourself and want to share your experience, please let me know in the comment section below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great one.